2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the EFM Health Club Podcast, a very special event today. We have come to the end of our 20 to 1 countdown of the best exercises of all time. If you've been on our social media, you would have seen it all through the EFM Health Club social media pages. We are announcing number 1 today, and we're going to go through the previous 19, not real slowly, but we will get through them all. We've also got some special guests, some other people within EFM, which I'll introduce in a minute. But first, as always, the most flexible man in EFM, Mike Drewett, how are you?
Good, thank you, Wayne. Justin, how are you both?
Excellent.
Yeah.
And the 2-time franchisee of the year, Wade from EFM McGill. How are you, Wade?
Good, thanks. Hello, regulars and visitors. Welcome.
Yeah, regulars and regulars. You're sounding very energetic. Lots of feedback on your positivity from last episode on the things that we hate. You know, very mixed reviews, I thought.
Not sure what happened there.
No. Let's keep that positivity. As I said, we have some special guests today, some other EFM franchisees, which I'll introduce to you now. We'll go through one by one. From EFM Mawson Lake, so you'll remember Jason Jesusius. I still get his surname correct now. Marianne Woods took over from Jason a little while ago. Marianne, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. How are you, Justin?
Excellent. Let me introduce the other boys first. So from EFM Kawana, Mick Drewett, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, mate. Loving the weather up here. It's always good.
Up in the Gold Coast?
No, sunny coast, yeah.
Sunshine Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. And EFM Victoria Park, Sean Kinchington, how are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So I did mention before, we're just going to go through all of these exercises. We'll have a good general chat. But before we get to that, let's introduce you guys. So Marianne, how we ask everybody when they come on, how did you get involved with EFM really quickly? You've been with us for a little while now. How did it all start?
For me, it started, I did my work placement with Jason, and then he decided to sell the Mawson Lakes and approached me, and here I am today and enjoying it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of exercises, what's your preferred exercise mode? What do you like to do?
Strength training.
Strength training?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Pretty common nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey, you're the elder statesman now, aren't you, of the EFM franchise?
Get in there, yes. I think Millsy's older, so that's okay.
Okay. Well, he would have come on, but I'm not sure he knows how to do
How
this.
to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's back in the Stone
No
Age.
chance.
Yeah. I started with EFM in 1995 with Matty Lindblom as my trainer.
Right.
And then progressed to a casual trainer in about 1998, I think, 99, and then bought my first club 2000.
Yeah. So you've had a club for 25 years now? On and off?
On and off. I had a break for 6 years and then came back into it, managed the club for 8 years.
Yeah.
And then bought back in Adelaide for 4 years, and then up here for 3 years so far.
Yeah. And you appreciate the weather between Adelaide and Sunshine Coast, no doubt.
So much, yeah. Hate the winter, yeah.
And what about you? What's your preferred exercise regime include?
I'm a bit of everything now. I mean, I love my strength, but I've got to do the cardio as well. I mean, once again, I'm getting on in age, so I've got to do a bit of everything, I think. So the strength is important, but that cardio to be able to get out and just do things is important as well.
Yeah. And Sean, Victoria Park in Adelaide?
Yeah. So obviously I'm at Victoria Park now, but it started way back in, I reckon I was doing some casual shifts at Woodville back in 2006, and then went to the North Adelaide at Women's Children's Hospital and ran that club for about 4 years from 06 to 2010. And then I got back into EFM at the end of 2017. So been at the Victoria Park for almost 8 years now. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a thriving little community there in and around.
Yeah.
That's an old like racetrack, is it?
Yeah, the Victoria Park was the old race course. That was, I think the last race was around 06. And then since then the council just redeveloped it into more of a parkland area. People walk, run, cycle. But the grandstand that's obviously there from those days is heritage listed. It's like 170 years old. So we're situated underneath that. And a lot of our members are coming from the areas around it, across the park and behind as well. So, now it's home also to the Adelaide 500 as well, which happens every November.
Yeah, coming up. No doubt traffic's great at the moment then while they're preparing.
Starting to get good, yeah.
Yeah. And your preferred exercise regime, what does that include?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go strength as well. I think that's going to be a pretty common answer. But, there's obviously things that I sort of try to force myself to do more of as well, as like mobility. I think just as we are aging a little bit, I think looking after that the mobility through your body is important in order to do the strength. So cardio is probably what I'm better at, but I'm preferring that sort of strength and mobility at the moment.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear. Good.
Yeah. I'm trying to take a leaf out of your book, Michael.
Do it. Everyone needs to stay mobile.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason, we wanted to get to know you guys, but the list from 20 down to number 2 so far has been quite eclectic, and we'll go through them in batches of 5. The width and breadth of exercises that you can do within a gym. And I was surprised that we did have some options for people to choose that happen outside the gym. So swimming and running and things like that hasn't been, there's still one. I'll spoiler alert, it's not running or swimming, number 1. They weren't really selected. So everything is kind of concentrated within the gym, and having that full breadth of variety in your exercise program is really important, and something I guess hopefully comes out of this a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Good to put them all together and make a little program out of them all. Do a top 20 program, and then we can all have a look at it and do it, online.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good idea.
Good
idea. All right. So let's go through this. And what we'll do, so my first thought is some of my favorites, and I put them on my social media. Some of my favorites have missed out, and my first instincts to go, right, what did you like that missed out? But we've got to reveal number 1 later. So let's go through 20. So number 20, we had clamshells, 19 wall sit, walking lunges at 18, mountain climbers at 17, and the banded crab walks at 16. Any surprises there?
Yes.
Crab walks.
Crab
got in
walks.
once and twice.
Yeah.
Crab walks and the clams for me. I was surprised to see them, I must say. They're a great exercise, of course, but I was surprised to see them in the top 20.
Yeah.
Mine too, just because of the we know they're important, but in terms of like bang for buck, they're very much like a prehab style exercise, which are good. But I was shocked that it was there. I'm not as surprised about crab walks. I think they're a bit more popular, but
I thought the wall set was another one that people don't really like.
Yeah. I was surprised people voted for it.
Makes me wonder if they're doing it properly.
They know what it is.
I've never had anybody say to me, "Oh, can I please do a wall sit?" or "I love doing these." Never, not once.
I think the thing is we schedule them in all our programs, so people see them all the time. So it is a favourite. It's up on the board. Wall sit. They'll just go and do it now. They're not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not something they'll do. Clamshells. Yeah, I'm very surprised with that because I don't put that in my program much at all. Crab walks, yes, but the wall sit is very popular.
Yeah. Do you think that people who voted for the clamshells maybe have been to a physio to do some kind of rehab?
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably.
I will say I do put them in my warm-ups. That's pretty much it. That's about as far as it'll go for me, warm-up, and that's about it.
I think of it more as like an activator for glutes. You know what I mean? Like, so it gets them nice and ready to go. The wall sit I actually like as well because I think I've read somewhere once that it's probably one of the best strengthening exercises you can do for everyone. Like, if we can think about like from all ages, everyone's sort of capable of doing it to some degree. So, say if you've got someone who's like new to exercise or a bit elderly, wall sits are still doable. So
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
I agree.
point.
And if you're looking at nursing or aged care, like they're having to like move people, roll people in bed and that sort of thing. So they're using those muscles to roll people and to move people up and down the bed and things like that as well.
Yeah. I think it was just the popularity. I mean, I know I don't like doing it. Like, of all the exercises that I kind of actively avoid, the wall sit would be one of them because I'm just not strong. Like, I can't do it for very long. And then we often will have a wall sit challenge, and you know, there's people up around the 4 and 5 and 6 minutes. And I'm like, that is insane. I'll plank for that long, but I will not wall sit for it.
Again, I'm gonna wonder if they're doing them properly after 4 minutes. Bloody hell!
Well, I'm a bit of a
It has
Nazi
to be on
with
fire if you're doing it properly.
I'm a Nazi while I'm watching people, so I know they're doing it right.
They're doing it. Wow.
You allowed to call yourself a Nazi?
I'm not going to complain.
You're in charge.
I'm in charge. That's right. I think that's why they got into trouble. Right. So, number 15, the barbell back squat. I think we should stop here. I was surprised. I'm not surprised it's down the list. It doesn't maybe get programmed as much, but in terms of effectiveness, we often on this podcast talk about squatting and loading up and so I'm surprised it was kind of down there at 15.
Same. Yeah, I thought it would be higher on the list.
Yeah.
I think,
As in a more popular, or you thought it'd be?
I thought it would be more popular.
Okay.
But then you got to think about depending on who's voted for it as well, because if someone's voted that can't actually put the bar on their back because they've got back problems or something like that, they might not have actually.
I would say I've got a fair few of my team that struggle to just put their hands into that position to grab the bar.
Yeah.
I'd say
most
most.
if it's positioned, but getting there is probably the hardest part for most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another factor too is we probably all don't have multiple squat racks around the place, so it's something we're not regularly programming in. It's probably more like a sumo squat or a goblet squat, I suppose, if we're putting squats in our programs.
Yeah.
But
Instead of the bar, I use the sandbags. A lot of people will use the sandbags so they can get them on their shoulders, get them up a lot easier. The only people that do the big back squats are when they use my cage area, where they can actually do it and they can load up the weights. Very rarely do I have people going in there, apart from people that really want to do it. It's more the sandbags, or where you have weights in the hands. They can do squats with weights in the hands instead of it on their shoulders.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's maybe what it is. A lot of it's easier to just grab a weight or a kettlebell and do them rather than going through the, setting up your barbell in your cage and doing all of that. So that's why, again, I use the sandbags as well, fair bit, and because we can then, we've got multiple sandbags. So
I guess that's a good variation for people to be aware of. If you want to load up. So we have goblet squats here at number 12. So it's a nice little alternative. But if you want to have it on your back, think about a sandbag. If you're not at an EFM gym and you're going at a time when a trainer's not there and you're not exactly confident, then the sandbag might be, or what are those other bags called?
you can get some with water in them.
Water in them, and the ones with the handles, those bigger ones.
I know what you mean. Yeah. They got the curve.
Pardon?
Yeah,
the one
that curves over you.
Yeah. So if people to think about, like we're part of today is working on some variations to these exercises. Why would you do it? Why wouldn't you? So back squat was 14, the sled push 14, the ab roll out with either the wheel or the barbell, it was at 13, goblet squats at 12, and burpees at number 11. People were shocked in my club that burpees even made it anywhere remotely near the list.
I want to know who voted, because every single one of my team said that they didn't. So apparently nobody voted for it yet. It made it up there.
There's a significant amount of people voted for burpees.
When we do our top 20 worst, it'll be up there as well in that. It's probably like Collingwood. It's the most divisive, I think.
I think it's up to individual clubs do variations of burpees. There's all different types of burpees. I know when I was at South Terrace, I had an older age group. We used to do get-ups. So it was literally just going onto your knees, onto the ground, stand back up again. And you do 20 of those, it's still the same as, doing 10 or 12 burpees.
Mm.
But it's an easier way. It's teaching people to get up and down off the ground. But not everybody can do a burpee properly. And, so there's a variation. And as I said, every club would be different of how they show people how to do burpees or, in my case, a poor man's burpee, a get-up.
I think if you had lacked mobility and really improved your hip mobility, you would go from hating burpees to going, oh, wow, these are way easier now. So maybe there's a few people that have done it that way.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of variations.
I can tell you people at Westmead hate get-ups more than they hate burpees, the way that I get them. Yeah.
See, I pretty well schedule them in every one of my programs to get up.
Well, none of my Westmead guys are coming up to the Sunshine Coast. I can tell you that, Mick, now.
Oh, that's right. Not a problem at all.
What about the ab rollout? Like, I was a bit shocked at that one too. That's I don't use that a lot. I've got one, but I don't use it. It's kind of old school.
What numbers is that?
That's
what number's the ab rollout? Sorry.
Yeah, that was 13.
13. Yeah.
A few people asked me what that was. That's how much I've done it or given it. So
I use a fit ball.
Yeah.
I use the rollout with the fit ball.
Yeah.
We have the roller at Westmead, and occasionally we'll crack it out, and people will kind of fall on their stomach, not being able to get back, and go, "Oh, that's really hard," and then leave it. So, I kind of recall it as a product of the 80s, maybe.
I actually feel like that and the or we'll get to the sled push, but I've wanted a sled at the club for a long time, and I'm almost there with getting one and figuring out where it goes. But having the ab rollout there has actually made me think I'll get one just so I can start. Like, I think maybe some members would be interested in that. So that's what's also good about this list. Is there's a couple of things that have popped up that I'm like, I don't really do that as much. Maybe we could start incorporating it in a small way.
Well, it's a $20 piece of equipment.
Exactly.
Sits in a bucket somewhere.
I think having done them in the club for quite a while, I feel like maybe 1 out of 10 members do the ab wheel quite well, and then everyone else is using a fit ball because it's easier when your hands are higher. But a lot of lower backs collapse when the ab wheel comes out, and you're like, let's put that aside and grab a fit ball.
But once again, different variations.
And as we say ad nauseum, just the benefit of having a trainer there to go, hang on, maybe try it this way, look, the sled, I miss our sled. We don't have room for a sled anymore. The sled's fantastic exercise, I think. Michael, you did the video for the sled too. I
thoroughly enjoyed the sled. You can do lots of it. It's really good in team sort of sessions, group sessions. The sled's definitely one of my favorites.
It's a really safe one when you're really trying to push heavy, and people, you can just keep adding more and more, and if they can't push it, they can't push it. But when you're doing a lot of other exercises, when you get to that range, it's obviously getting quite dangerous. And the walking backwards is good for your knees. If you've never seen the knees over toes guy on YouTube, he inspired me to get the sled. It's just a bonus that everyone loves it. Sorry, Sean.
No, I was going to say the exact same thing. From what I've heard and saw on YouTube as well, is that this, having never done it before, only ever seen it in NFL trainings and things like that, or league or rugby union. I didn't know that it was that safe. I didn't realise that how safe that was to load up and push, and your body's in such a good position that it can deal with it. It just never. That was I really enjoyed hearing that, and that's why I'm sort of really keen to get one, because of the fact that, similar to the wall sit, everyone could do it.
I make the joke at the club that it's super functional. Like, if you're going for a drive and there's a big branch across the road and you need to move it, you're not going to do a hang clean, hold it overhead and throw it in off the side. You're just going to pick it up and walk backwards. So I think
would.
Yeah.
Mickey might, of course.
Bicep curl it.
But I think just moving something really heavy, that'd be the natural movement. You'd grab it and walk backwards and drag it. So
Yeah.
in terms of functionality, it's super functional.
It's different in the club. It's a different machine in the club that people go, I want to try it, and they will do it. And then they said when it's up on the board here, they just go for it.
So does everyone have one? So Wade, you've got one.
I don't have one.
And you don't?
Yeah, I've got
I don't
one.
have a sled, no.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at getting another one. We've got one already, but 2 would be handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go back. It's like you said, Wade. It's a natural movement. Pretty much everybody can do that, whether it's at some degree of heavy or light. But yeah, I mean, they can be done wrong. There's lots of bad technique out there, but just watch my video, you'll see the good technique. But it is something that everybody can do, and it feels good when you've pushed that huge amount of, it feels good. A lot of members, I see them, if they're going to have, if somebody's having a bit of a sluggish session, get them on the sled and do something, they know about it, and they change their attitude pretty quickly.
One thing
you use it outside.
Yep.
Yeah, Simon uses it, Glenelg outside. It's using up good space. So just one quick one I've noticed of that, and myself included, when people are new on it, they can push it much easier than what they can walk backwards dragging it. But once you've done it for quite a number of times, that balances up a lot more, and the pull gets pretty much as strong as the push. So I found that quite interesting.
Yeah. I would also recommend, just quickly, if you do get one, Sean, grab a harness as well. So we've got a couple of harnesses that we can strap on, and then you attach it to the sled, load it up, and then you can actually pull. Away. That's for people that aren't confident one way. Try the other way. That's great fun.
There you go, guys. So if you're listening and you see a sled in the gym and you're not quite sure, just have a go, push it. No one's gonna stop you. And make sure you walk backwards. You need that different chain of muscles to start activating. Nicely balanced forward and back. Okay, number 10 was the Bulgarian split squat, which I voted for. Push-ups and then plank. So push-ups and plank together. Glute bridge and then the bicep curl, which Marianne did for us, the video. Nice eclectic mix there.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed the Bulgarian squat wasn't. I advocated heavily for that.
I
People
did
don't
not.
listen to me.
You haven't done it enough.
I'm surprised. Well, people know about the plank, right? And push-ups. I don't really enjoy push-ups. I got to say, I don't really care for them, but people like them.
I think it might have been number 3 on my list.
The push-up, was it?
Yeah,
that's right. I did see that. Yeah, I'm not enamored by the push-up. I just feel like I'm in the army, and I don't really want to be.
No, I don't mind a push-up. Just the wrists get a little bit aggravated, but I think it's because you can take them anywhere. I'm a big fan of being able to do it anywhere. Take them on holidays with you, with a mountain climber.
Yeah. The glute bridge, that must be programmed a lot in our EFM programs across the country. I don't know about the glute bridge.
I'm shocked that it's a favourite. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely there in clubs, and going back to the clams and stuff like that, warm ups and alternatives for people that may not be able to do another hip hinge type movement. But I'm just shocked that it's a favourite. It's because it's so vanilla. Like it's not really like push ups. I'm going to get
exercise.
Yeah, you can push ups get exciting because of the accomplishment of being able to do it or maintain your ability to do it. So I can see the excitement there when someone's done it, but I'm not getting that revved up about doing some glute bridges.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I know my wife voted for that as her favourite, but I think she was talking about with an Olympic barbell setup. So that's
like a hip thrust.
Holding med balls and awkward. I find it awkward to hold free weights. Like, where do you put them? So maybe the people that voted for it have had the opportunity in their clubs to set it up.
I'm pretty sure hip thrusts were there. I think Selena might have just voted for the wrong thing.
I don't know, mate. I didn't watch her vote.
You didn't tell her she was wrong? Come on, Wade.
But once again, it's a progression exercise, isn't it? You can do your glute bridges on the ground. You can add a dumbbell or a plate weight onto your pelvis to do your bridges, and then you can go onto the Olympic bar and actually do it up against a bench or a box or something like that as well. So it's a progressive exercise, which is really good, which people look to. Like they've done it on the ground. Let's try it over here now with a bar and see how it goes. And there's a progressive exercise.
Yeah, Marianne, what do you reckon at Mawson Lakes? Did you get any sense of what people voted for?
Definitely glute bridges was in there, push-ups, goblet squats, barbell back squat, and the walking lunges and crab walks. Yeah, was main ones I think from here that I can.
That's what you got. Yeah. I think with the glute bridge, maybe people don't feel anything. You know, they just go up and down with their bum on the ground, and they're like, "Yeah, I love this exercise. It's awesome."
Maybe it's because it claims to give you.
I did a single leg one, then I feel it more.
Yeah, I put it in the like same category as heel taps. Like people will have their heels and their feet next to their bum and they're moving around, tapping their heels, going, "Yeah, I love this one too. I can do this all day. My abs never hurt."
Whilst they're chatting to the person next to them, telling them all about the day.
Yeah, do some more educating, I think, Justin.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, don't worry, I'm yelling at people, but maybe that's why glute bridges were up at 7. Bicep curls, like Wade, you said something interesting last year. One thing,
just one
about not really worrying about doing a lot of arms and having them as an incidental exercise. So you work your biceps by doing bent over rows and other pulling exercises. So just doing bicep curls might not be, if you've got a limited amount of time, might not be the best use of your time isolating quite a small muscle. Do you remember saying that? Probably not.
I think I might have used the sandball slam example, picking up sandballs or a wall ball off the wall, like a side twist one. If you do them long enough, you feel it in your biceps. But
so just isolating the bicep as a bicep curl and doing 3 sets, unless you want really, really nice arms, in terms of an overall bang for buck, because everyone is like stretched for time, evidently. Just doing bicep curls is almost a little bit of a waste of your time in the gym.
I can't remember the list, but was it bicep curls in front of a mirror or not in front of a mirror? Sorry.
Maybe
it's always a mirror.
It's always a mirror.
Mirrors in our gyms, clubs.
I actually have one for technique, but don't tell anyone.
Well, so do I.
I won't show you my mirrors at the club then.
Well, they
got mirrors.
Yours are on your ceiling, aren't they?
Yes, exactly.
That's
I've got a full wall of mirrors.
Right.
That would actually be handy. I would say I know we advocates for no mirrors.
I don't like mirrors in gyms.
Oh.
It's like people stare at themselves in the
One's on a
mirror
wall. It's the last place you'd see it, so it's
That's what I would do. So you'd have to go to it, not that you're doing it in the middle. Because sometimes some people just don't get it until they see themselves do it.
Yeah, you're
with most exercises. So
yeah. Small mirror, just for technique, not for fashion.
Yeah.
Or bicep curl. So I think maybe the bicep curl is just there because people know it and go, I know a bicep curl, and they're a bit worried about not being able to pick 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if people actually like it, but anyway.
Filler.
Yeah. Number 5 was the rowing machine. Of all the cardio machines, that finished on top.
Which I hate the rower.
Divisive.
Agreed.
I hate the rower.
I'm not a rower fan. Anybody who knows me knows my relationship with the rower.
A bit like burpees, yeah. Either love it or you hate it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
I don't have any feelings towards it. It's just
Neutral.
there. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did years and years ago. There's an indoor rowing championship, Australian championship, and there's like a tour that you can do. They have competitions all over the place, and we had one at Westmead. This was pre-COVID, so everyone in the club was going to go in. Everyone was really excited. I entered, paid my money. No one else did, which was fantastic. So now I'm in and I'm committed, and I trained for a good 3 weeks in advance, and I got really good at the rower. And then I did that 1,000 meters, and I coughed in like 3:15.
Oh, wow.
And I coughed 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 for days. It just burnt my lungs, and never again.
Yeah.
The rower.
So, but I still like the rower, but I'm never going to that extreme again. I've still got my medal for my, between 35 and 40 year age bracket in a cupboard somewhere. But yeah, never again.
Participation medal, was it?
No, I came first.
Oh,
I
sorry.
won the Australian indoor rowing title.
You left that bit out.
Wow.
Well, I don't like to brag.
Yeah, waiting for someone to ask.
I can guarantee you it's not going on my resume anytime soon.
It is a good all over body exercise and does get everything going. I do understand why it's good and why it's popular. We're not friends. That's all.
Friends.
They say the squat, because they say the squat is the single best exercise you can do, don't they? So they say that's the squat of the cardio machines. Have you heard that one?
I haven't. No.
No.
Yeah.
I
like
think
that.
made that up. Wait, let's keep that.
Write it down.
Yep.
Number 4 was boxing. This was really good.
Yes.
I was excited. People
Love the
voted
boxing.
for boxing, and I think we, as trainers, maybe underestimate how much people enjoy some boxing fitness.
I think it's one of the best fitnesses you can do overall for your every part of your body. It's not just your arms; it's your cardio as well. Legs are incorporated in it. And the thought pattern. You've got to think about it. So you're doing everything all at once, and I love it. I think it's great. I do 1 session a week in my club. I actually go to a boxercise session 4 times a week outside of the gym, sort of thing. So love it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
reckon you-
did. Yeah, go, Sean.
I was just going to say, from what Mickey just said, the all over health. There's a few cardio based exercises that leave you mentally feeling good afterwards as well. Like the rowers and the bikes, they're not really that type of cardio exercise that does that. But like things like running and boxing, once you've done it, you feel really good in the head. It's right. It's really
You've accomplished
Agreed.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. And Marianne, you've started to incorporate. You didn't really have a boxing background until a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And as a trainer, it's complicated. And maybe that's why we avoid it a little bit. It is complicated, isn't it, Marianne? Like when you're first starting to get everything down. But yeah, people love it, clearly.
Yeah.
It got a lot of votes. Lots.
And then I find some people avoid it because of shoulder, if they've got shoulder injuries or that sort of thing, or shoulder issues, they won't do it, or wrist issues, they won't try it. Yeah.
But and maybe if you feel, if you do get sore in the wrist, there's some technical things you can adjust for them. And,
Yeah.
So
And
right.
it could be just it could be that they're just punching too hard, Marianne. Just say, look, okay, just back off your punching, just more or less do it as a tap. Even I've got a couple of ladies with shoulder injuries, and they still do the boxing, and they just do it at a lighter. They don't have to hit the gloves and make them sound brilliant. It's more of an action, and they get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It could also be the pads. The pads could be hitting back too hard.
Yeah.
So there's like you said, Justin, there's some technical things to look at possibly there.
Yeah.
I think as trainers, we got to I know I get a little lazy with the boxing. I'm like, because it requires a lot of effort from us.
A lot of
As
coaching.
well, holding the pads. And when you've got people matched up, it requires effort in terms of watching a whole group of people. And look, I know I get lazy from time to time, but from the list, clearly people really enjoy it. Something we need to bear in mind. Number 3, the deadlift. This is kind of where I thought the squats might be. The deadlift got right up there, which surprised me considering where the squats were. Valuable exercise, really.
Very.
Probably one of the best exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites easily.
Yeah.
It just feels so good when you do it properly, correctly, and you get it done. It's one of those ones you know you've worked, but it feels good. It feels, I'm not going to say natural, but it feels good for me.
Yeah.
And once again, you can start with beginners. Beginners can do it right through. You know, they can start off with a very, very light weight and still feel, you know, the exercise behind the knees and the hamstrings and not the back sort of thing. And they get the idea of it all then. And then they can progress up with their weights. And I think it's one of the best exercises you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it rivals the squat for the single best exercise you can do. I'd probably choose the deadlift over a squat, but your feeling of it. And I think it's a great confidence builder when people realize what they can lift and you see them walking taller. And I guess people like it too because it's the heaviest weight they can lift. It's the strongest movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
that's going to help.
As a trainer, it's an accomplishment as well. So you can actually see someone starting, and if you teach them properly, you see the outcome, and you feel so. Hang on, I've actually done that right, and if they're doing it right, they see, and they got confidence in you. Then
it feels good to learn a skill. I think it's a bit like the boxing. I was going to say it before. Like learning a skill is annoying and hard, but once you feel like you've overcome it and learnt it, it's very empowering. So I think maybe that's why those two are high up.
Yeah.
And the benefits of that, learning that skill for that exercise, like that is it's interesting, like about people asking what is it targeting, and we sort of know what we're trying to hit when we do it, but the systemic effect it has on the whole body is huge. Like I've read a story once. I was talking about the bodybuilders back in the 70s and 80s. They never used to do deadlifting. It was sort of seen as what's the point of doing that? Because it's not going to target a muscle group by itself. They were very much into, I want to build my chest or pecs. I need to focus on the flyers, or the deadlift's just a waste of our time. It's still a good exercise, but it's not what we need to get what we want to do. And then in the 90s, I think one of them, I think it was Ronnie Coleman or something like that, started incorporating him into his routine, and his back got bigger. He got a thicker back. It's had this effect on his whole body, not just the glutes and the hammies and that sort of thing.
If I do a heap of deadlifts in one session, easily the sorest thing the next day for me is my upper back.
Yeah.
I can't do that on the seated row. I cannot get anywhere near the amount of DOMs.
I mean, people are scared. People are scared to do a deadlift. All they're worried about is their back. I mean, and so this is where, as a trainers, we explain it to them properly, show them with a lightweight, so they actually can see that it's not going to hurt their back, and then they will obviously gain more confidence in the gym as well. They actually go, okay, I can do that. Well, I can do this. I can do the chest press. I can do other stuff as well. But the deadlift is something that's technical, and if they can feel it properly, they get a great deal out of it.
Yeah, it's like you said, Sean. It's the benefits. You know, if you get somebody doing the deadlift and you do progress them, and their back does get stronger, lower back, upper back.
Yeah.
What is one of the most common things we hear is my back sore. So that huge benefit from it is.
And you'll find too, like one of the worst and hardest exercises to teach is a bent over row. But if people get good at deadlifting, it translates well to a bent over row. And can't think of any more, but it translates to quite a few other exercises. Being able to do that movement properly.
Yeah. All right. Moving to number 2, which we put on the social media yesterday, lat pull down. The lat pull down machine got in at number 2. Sean, you did the video for this one for us. Yeah. It can be a little complicated in terms of movement and making sure we're engaging the right things, but overall, I was surprised it was so high up. Maybe it's just that it's common and you know, there. I can't explain why it's number 2. It doesn't excite me, the lat pull down, I got to say.
I was just going to say, it wasn't in my top 5. I think my number 1 was a pull up, but for the reason like I love pull ups is like for a lot of my members, I love them doing the lat pull down because of what it's trying to do to break their daily habits a bit. Now,
Mm.
if everything's in front of us all day, they're obviously going to be like round shouldered, and I love it for the seated row as well, this reason. But I just like the idea that it's something that can sort of force them to sit tall, posture up, work the back.
Mm.
I'm looking at more functional as opposed to, again, it
Great
being
point.
exciting. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think you're
find-
probably
I
right.
just
Yeah.
I find when I've got new people and they might get there a bit early before we start the session, our start on the hour or whatever. If they finish early, their warm up, they just go over to the lat pull down machine. I think maybe because they can work it out. They're new. They're like, okay, I'll sit down here and pull it down, and they might not be doing it right till I come along. But
It's famous.
People just go to it. They just often, and I think being in gyms over the year and watching people train, the common thing I've seen is seeing people do their cardio, and when they go into the weights room, they're not sure what to do, and they can work out that one, and then they do a few of those, and then out the door. I think that's pretty common.
Most movies, when you see someone in the gym, they're doing a lat pull down. It's just it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just the best ones to sort of have as a representation of a gym.
I agree.
Yeah. Maybe because it's easy to shoot. You go from the side, the back, it doesn't really matter. I remember it being in Moneyball, he was always doing a lat pull down, sometimes behind his head.
Yo. What do we think of that?
Actually, on that, I saw. Have you guys seen the movie Shallow Hal with Jack Black? So that was on TV the other night, and he's in there with Jason Alexander, and he's doing it, and he's doing it. He's talking, but he's doing it behind his back, then in front, and then behind and back, and he's talking at the same time. It looks terrible, but the whole behind the back thing, that's very
Old school.
I mean,
Outdated,
old school.
Yeah. No,
You have to have. I just feel like you have to have. Like Michael, you'd probably be the one that could do it. Your flexibility through your upper back has to be right on.
Very good. Yep. It is something. I mean, I can get them down there, but I don't put them on the list at the club at all. I very rarely do them. It just can, there's that possibility of impingement in the back. So I don't really, I just don't put them up there. It's one of those ones, if I see it, I'm running to the other side of the room to correct it straight away. I'm not moseying over.
Yeah. Before we get to number one, I know Marianne's got to go. Thank you, Marianne.
No worries. All right. Have a good day, guys.
See you, Marianne. Have a good time.
I'm sorry we've gibbered a lot, so we didn't get to number one, but you will hear it on the podcast. All right, I'll send you a message.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Marianne.
Bye.
See you, Marianne.
What is the point of doing it behind your head?
I think that was another old school thing that, you saw. Honestly, I reckon it's because you see it in the movies, they can get their shirt off, they can turn around, flex all the muscles, and you can see everything and it looks lovely. That's where it probably...
You do get good engagement in all those upper back muscles. Like most people who do the lat pull down in front, they're probably going to be doing it more wrong in a way, because if you've got the straight bar with the curved ends, which I don't use anymore, I've got the ones where your hands go over the ends.
Yeah, me too.
People internally rotating. I think there's a case for it. We were told not to do it because there's always a story where
Didn't something happen? Yeah,
and the cable snapped.
Yes,
and
I remember hearing that.
And ended up in a wheelchair. So that's enough to stop people doing it. If you tell that story.
It became something not to teach. It was a practice thing. They say. I remember hearing that as well, Wade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to always say to my members, especially new ones, and I'm just showing them the lat pull down, and they say, "Oh, behind you." Nah, I said that, and I used to say that was the olden days, old meatheads, and you see these big old guys walking around with their necks bent forward and these big lumps on the back of the neck where they've actually smashed the bar on the back of the neck. That's not what we want. I mean, and that's how I said. I've got no flexibility to bring a bar pound behind my back, so I'd be bashing the back of my neck, and not so. And the explanation is, if you go to a cupboard, and with EFM, we're all about teaching people life skills type thing. If you go to a cupboard to get a pile of plates or a bowl of sauce from a cupboard, you don't grab it and pull it back behind your head. You pull it to your chest, don't you? Exactly the same exercise.
Or your mouth.
Yeah.
Or your mouth, yeah. But it's the same exercise theoretically. So
yeah.
Nice.
All right, so that leads us to number one. So look, out of all the votes, this exercise got, because you're allowed to choose 5, roughly 2/3 of every person who voted for this exercise, which I found a little extraordinary.
I do,
was a
that's-
little-
Yeah, that's a surprise.
yeah. So
I
drum
had it in
roll.
mine. Did you?
No.
Did any of you guys?
I did.
You did?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I did. No, I did.
Yeah. So our number 1 exercise as voted by our EFM members is the chest press. The chest
Dumbbell
press.
chest
As-
press.
Congrats.
Well, not even dumbbell, just chest press,
Okay, including the barbell then.
including the bar one, as loved by 19-year-old boys all over the world. The chest press, I personally was shocked, given our EFM demographic, that people love the chest press. I mean, we do it. It's always there. Maybe it's a comfort thing. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'll kick it off. So we had Sarah on the podcast probably about a year ago now, who's a trainer with us, and she's been training her whole life, and she came from F45, and she had been with us for maybe, I think, about a year and a half, and she was telling a story one day which I overheard, and she said, oh, when I started here, I could bench press 9, I could chest press 9s, and now I can do 17.5. And I overheard it, and I was like, it's one of the best things I've heard, you know, and because she pushes herself, and that's why she came to us, to improve her strength more. But before what you said, Sean, before we started recording, you get really familiar with what weights you use, and you know how much you've improved. So I think that's got a bit to do with it.
Very measurable.
Measurable. Yep.
Yeah.
You get to lay down on the job. There you go.
That's what I'm going to ask if you mind.
I love the chest press because, once again, you can do it with a barbell, you can do it with dumbbells, and it's an easy exercise for people to start with. I mean, they can start with a lighter weight, and as you said, Wade, you can see the progression. And Sarah started with 9s, and now she's at 17s.
Really double, yeah. Which is amazing.
And it's amazing. I mean, but and I was saying before we recorded, a lot of my members, especially the older nurses, have trouble with their shoulders, you know, through lifting above their heads. So I take the shoulder press out of it, and we incorporate the chest press. It's still activating some of those muscle groups, but they still get a feeling of being able to use their arms, and you know, in that way. I like the chest press. I think it's one of the best exercises we can do. Once again, you can do it on the ground, you can do it on a bench, you can do it a decline, you can do it an incline. So there's all different ways you can do it as a progression.
There is. Oh no, I think there's something about just laying down on that bench and being fixed,
Powerful.
and just pushing off your chest.
Powerful.
There's just something about it. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I just look at the reaction. Even last night in the club, I had a few people, a few ladies that were doing 17.5, 15 kilos. These chest presses, we were doing 4 sets of 10, and I could see the little bit of a joy when they got up from doing them. Like there's that, like, oh, I just did that. It's such a great feeling, and I don't ever have to change it too often either. In terms of, like, I've got something on the board, there's always some limitations that people will have, and I might tweak the exercise or change it to suit them. I very rarely have someone say, oh, that can't do a chest press, even if it's like a bit of an incline or a much lighter weight. It's definitely a doable exercise for all. So
it's a good one to do in pairs as well. So like it naturally happens now where a couple of people might be spotting each other and saying, do you want to try the next one? Oh, geez, I'm not sure. You know, it creates that bit of camaraderie too, more than exercises.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got to say I was a bit surprised because it's not beloved at Westmead. I can tell you that, and maybe I don't encourage it in the same way in terms of let's see what we can do. Sporadically we might, but we don't tend to track as finitely as maybe we should. Maybe it comes with a whole system. Maybe the chest press comes with a system of tracking, improving, and moving on.
It makes me wonder how much of our tastes, like how much we influence our members' tastes with the way we talk about exercises.
Yeah.
if we are really passionate about it, you're going to sell it better, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I
maybe
find-
it's the reason. Sorry, Michael. The reason I think of you know teenage boys is that maybe when I was a teenager, the first and the only thing we did every day was doing a bench press.
Close to the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bench and biceps.
Until I got neck pain and I got told actually you have muscles in your back you need to use too.
My shoulder's never been the same since those days.
And these days you got to warm up for 10 minutes to be able to do one.
Yeah, that's right.
20 minutes for me, mate. I'm a little bit older than this.
The older you get, the longer the warm up is.
That's right.
Mickey?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't do it, and that's the trouble with me. But no, the chest press is probably, as you said, it is the best one, best exercise. Everybody in the club will do it. And it doesn't matter whether someone's coming in doing their own program or your program, you always see them do a chest press. They'll always grab the dumbbells and do the chest press, and they're always pushing themselves to get as big as possible, or use the bar and into the cage and doing it that way. So it's probably, as you said, most liked exercise, and the exercise that people will go to if there's nothing else to do, or they've got time and there's they're finished with the board or whatever, they'll go do some chest press to finish with.
Yeah.
So thinking about it, if I went up to the club on a Sunday and I might have had a big night the night before, you never know, that sometimes happens. I'll just remember that is the one that I found I could always be happy to do. Because one thing about it though, if you've got your Mawson, your heart rate monitor, maybe this has got something to do with it. You never really get off the bench and you're not pushing 90%. Like with dips or deadlifts, you can push yourself that high, but you just can't get your heart rate that high on the chest press.
That's a good point. I was telling someone the other day about that. I said that I did 3 sets of 12 chest presses, and I did it in about 27 and a half, and got up with, it wouldn't leave, it wasn't even getting into the 50%.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then you get paid yourself. You think, oh, damn.
And it's consistently like that. It wasn't just that day. It's always seems like that. And then then I might do something overhead, and then it just goes up.
Yeah, it's interesting that.
All right, so
it's good to see them up there. And I just want to point out they're a great alternative if people can't do push-ups.
Yeah.
Because of their wrist, flip them over onto their backs. It's the same thing essentially. So we do them a lot at our club, and my team tend to do them on the floor a fair bit. I'd say it's probably more the space. But yeah, it's a good alternative for the push-up if you can't do those.
Yeah.
On the foam roller is good, which we said before we recorded.
Yes,
that's good. Yeah.
It just squashes your foam rollers a little bit. That's all. They end up a bit oval shaped, but that's okay.
Yeah. Was there anything that you guys, before we wrap up? So I think this was a really good exercise, and it gave us something to do for a month or so. But also, I've got some ideas and feedback of thinking, okay, well, people actually really like this. That's something I should be incorporating. Is there any that you were surprised that weren't there?
I was going to ask that. I would say the leg press.
Yes.
I hardly program it though. A lot of people probably don't even know it's there.
I was shocked that there wasn't a shoulder exercise in, like as in whether it be an overhead press or a fly, or just something for, something. I know, was there anything in there that I'm just trying to recall in that top 20? It was most like just something for the that shoulder.
Not really. I don't think.
I mean, the exercises were there. There was a shoulder press, a military press, a push press.
Yeah.
I
know they're not I know my members don't love them. That's for sure. But I think I'm going back to I've got my functional hat on. I'm thinking more about that. But
I'm surprised there wasn't more abs. Everybody wants that beautiful ab line and sexy abs and stuff. I thought that we'd be getting 100 top 10 abs, really. So
someone is actually there were a couple of people that have been doing animal flow, because there were a few votes for in the other responses for like beast loading and unloading, beast squat to something else. I'm like, okay, well, there's an couple of animal flow advocates.
Yeah.
There were, because you could do other responses and put your own in. There were 5 responses for coffee. Surprisingly.
Good milk.
That's my yeah.
I thought there might have been another cardio machine if the roller finished midfield.
Well, the ski wasn't far off.
Ski erg,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that's a
good.
great exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ski erg
I would have
wasn't
thought
far off.
bike.
The cross trainer elliptical wasn't far off. The grinder, it was a little bit further back. Running wasn't far off. I was surprised, given the popularity of running, and everyone's in a running group, and you can't run by yourself anymore. You need, people around
Film
you.
crew.
I was surprised running. Clearly, some EFMs schedule or program box jumps, because box jumps wasn't far away either.
Yeah, I love them.
We haven't done a box jump at Westmead for 7 years.
I must say we don't do them very often either.
The plyo boxes are the only safe way to do it, and
I
they're
agree.
big. They take up a lot of room.
Yeah.
The soft? Did I say soft plyo boxes? Yeah.
Yes,
they-
yes,
I know what you meant.
Yeah. You've covered yourself, Wade. All right, boys, that might do us.
Skipping? Sorry. Yep. Skipping, maybe.
Skipping. Yeah,
Skipping. See, I love skipping, but a lot of my team don't like it. A lot of my team don't
See,
like
battle
it.
ropes, another one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
actually, I got to say, I was surprised with the battle ropes. I mean, they're used pretty extensively. People clearly hate them.
There's your feedback.
Yeah,
I
there's
do
your
like 'em.
feedback right
I
there.
like 'em. Yep.
I look forward to seeing how they program these 20 in. I'm not sure how balanced it is. If it's a bit too push focused, then we could say you could balance it up by saying these are the two that should have got in, or whatever. Yeah.
And the last two out actually were calf raises and kettlebell swings. They were the last two out. That's 21 and 22.
I'd rather see them in than clamps.
Yeah, I agree.
Correct. Yep. As a
Kettlebell swings in
workout,
particular. We do a lot of kettlebell work.
So do we. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
underrated.
surprised to see the other one there. That's interesting.
The calf raise.
Calf raise at 21. Yeah.
I actually think there's a lot of people at EFM doing rehab, with the clamshells and the band walks and the calf raises almost
Hang
there.
on,
and
this is where we need Shani on here, because she'd have them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The glute bridges and a lot of
When are we
rehab
going
stuff.
to? I think this might have been inspired by the Triple J Hottest 100, maybe. When do we do this again? And do we do a countdown for the top 20 most disliked?
I think I like what you're saying, Wade, but I also think we need to put the top 20 into one program and see how it works.
Yep.
We'll
Yep,
need
let's
to
go
tweak
away
it,
and do that. And then we might do a top 10 hated list. It could get vicious.
I feel like I'm putting it out there that the top 10 or top 20 hated list would be a
Similar.
healthier program. Well, but I reckon it'd be a very, very good program.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, Row would be my number one. It would be my number one. Hated.
You watch. There'll probably be a few repeat offenders up here. You watch burpees get into the most top.
Has to be.
hated.
Has to be.
And look, and I when we started thinking about this countdown, there was an idea of doing the top 20 odd music to listen to or songs to listen to. I don't know how we go with copyright with that though.
Yeah, that could be touchy.
They're pretty small. I think we'll be fine.
Mambo number 5. That was Matty Lindblom's favourite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right, boys, that might do us. Thank you. Thanks, Mickey. Thanks, Sean, for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Really good
Thanks,
insight.
guys.
You can find all of us on Instagram. There's the EFM Health Club Podcast, but Mickey at EFM Kawana, Sean at EFM Victoria Park, Wade, as always, EFM McGill, and Mike at EFM Underdale. That's the EFM Health Club Podcast for another week. We'll catch you soon.
Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Guys.
Ta.
Bye.